Hello, good morning, everyone. Okay, myself Allah Bakhash. Okay, today I'm going to take the session for you about the resume preparations. So before we go into the sessions, hope you all are having a great day, right? So let me see that in the chat box. The first thing after your education, what the first thing you will get in your mind after completing your qualifications? I mean education. The first thing in a mind. Very good morning. Very good morning, all of you. I'm asking everyone the first thing comes in your mind after you are joining, after you have completed your education. Job, yes, job, yes, job, business. And usually, what the answers we get after the educations, like next 20. After we have completed our education, we get most of the time this only, next 20. So, next is job. So, before we go into the job, what is your preparation? What you guys will prepare before you are going for the job? Skills. Okay, what kind of skills will you improve? Resume. Yes, exactly. The resume is the first thing comes in our mind whenever we are going for the job. The first thing in is, let's prepare the resume. So usually, what things we may have in a resume? What is resume? Simple thing. What is resume? Selecting the best company. Yes. What is mean by resume? What we have in a resume? What if we have in that paper it called as a resume, our biodata? Okay, what is the difference between the biodata and resume? A brief detail about the candidate. Yes, exactly, the brief. Yes, what is the simple difference between biodata and difference between biodata and resume? Exactly, we will keep skills in a resume, but we won't keep skills in a biodata. Yes. Okay, before we are going to the sessions, now let's come to today's our topic is resume. What is mean by resume? How many types we have the resume? Can I have the PPT please, ma'am? Yes. Resume is a ticket for the interview. So whenever we are going for the job search or job hunt, the first thing what we do is preparing the resume. Most of them without preparing, they will copy the resume, taking the friend's resume, edit, name change, education change. Am I right? Exactly. We most of them do that only. We will call our friend, we'll ask him to send our resume. When we get that resume, we will just do the small changes on it and we will just send it to the employer. Small changes in the sense, what is US data? You will fill on it and you will send it to your to the company. So if we do like that, for example, I'm asking you the something, you are taking one of the resume from your friend who have completed the PhD. In that resume, can you make your details flexible in that? Can you fix your biodata in that? Means he have the, like he have most experience than you. He is a PhD, but you guys are in a degree. Can you just by doing the simple corrections, will you make it Will you make it successful resume? Will you make it impact resume, effective resume? We not, right? So now let's see what is resume is. Next slide, please. Ma'am, yes. Today's agenda, what we are going to learn today. We are going to learn what is the resume, how many types of resume we have, what the format we have in resume, what the objectives and career profile we have to keep, what are the means when we are sending the mail or sending the fax to the employer, how we can make it easy successfully, I mean helpful tips that for you. Reminding, next slide please ma'am. Okay, and again we are going to know create a job reference page. What is this reference page? What we have to create this? Create a professional cover letter to accompany your resume. What is this professional cover? uh, Thank you letter. What, why we need to write the thank you letter? What we have to write in the thank you letter? Step by step we will go through it now. So next slide please ma'am. Next slide. So this is the first thing we used to hear from must dear students. Is it okay in English or do I need to communicate in Telugu also? English is okay, right? Okay, okay, yes sir. Okay, thank you ma, thank you. So the first we used to hear, మనం వింటుంటాం, first impression is the best impression, first impression is the best impression. And is it really true? Yes, it's really true. The first impression is the best impression. When the employer seeing you, first what he is going to take from you, he is going to take the resume. In that resume, how we can make our first impression, that we are going to know today in our session. Okay, next slide please. What is resume is? This is the resume. If you see here, what is in this resume? A short, your experience, achievements, your goal to capture the reader's interest. Most resume only get uh, usually the employer won't read our total resume. He won't take 3 or 5 minutes for our resume to talk. I mean to look on that resume what we have. He'll just take the glance like 30-40 seconds. In that we have to attract him towards our, we have to grab his attention to the ourselves. How we can do that? This is what the resume is. Resume is nothing but the something you are going to share with your experiences, qualifications and all, what you have the previous experiences. This is most of this only we will be having. Under the employer, most of the employers won't read your total of resume. They will just see 30-40 seconds your resume. In that 40 seconds we have to grab their attentions. Next slide please. Next slide please ma'am. Yes, what is employer expecting from you? What can you do for me? What you are capable of doing the work to me? How can you improve my operations? Can you make me money? The first and the last, the most thing is money. Can you make me money? Save me a time. Can you save my time? If I required you in my team, by requiring you, I am spending a much time here, or I am just saving my time here. Keep my customers happy. Everywhere we will be having the customers in every field, marketing, some IT, everywhere we have the clients. The main aim is we have to deliver the content what the customer is asking for it. Next please. So we have most of them two types of resumes. Okay, these are the two types of resume. One is chronological, second is functional. What is chronological? Next slide please ma. This is the most common type of resume. In this resume, what we have, it lists previous jobs and dates and most recent job first. For example, how we are going to fill it? We are not going to fill it like uh, we are not going to fill it like what is my first job, what is my second job, what is my third job. How we are going to fill it? What you are doing now, it will come first. Remaining all will be in a downstairs. Okay, so I'll explain that clearly to you. And second thing is, it identifies works and skills connected to the each job. Means previously you are having the experience of two companies. In the two companies, what was your roles? How you have achieved your targets? How you have completed your projects? Okay, in that, for example, you are doing some marketing. In that, what skills was required? What skills you have? That we going to mention on that thing in the resume. It is very easy to prepare, and generally most of them will prepare this only, this resume only. Next please, ma'am. This is how we are going to set the format of our resume. Content, contact information, object or career profile, summary of skills, work experience, education, professional, military information. Next please, ma'am. This is the format. What should be first, what should be next, what should be third, like that. Next slide please, ma'am. The most important thing is our contact information. We have to give the contact information which we are leaving now, which is our working number, and it should be properly mentioned. The contact information, the most the employer is going to contact you by the your phone number or through the mail. Nowadays most of them are contacting by the mail and phone numbers only. We are not getting the post, but we have to keep our our contact information clearly. Next please. No, before slide please. No ma'am, previous. Now next, previous. Yes. Next. Yes. Make an impact. What is objective? What we are going to write in the objective? We used to see, this is the objective of the profile, like that and all. What is that? A short statement that includes the job title you want and the main reason why they should consider you for the position. Here what we write? We write the something that what we have the knowledge about the position, what they are giving to us. We are writing on a small short statement that why they need to consider us, why they need to give a job to us. Okay, the career profile. The career profile is nothing but your qualifications, the jobs what you have done in a previous, that you are going to mention in your career profile. Am I clear with this? A short statement that includes the job title you want and the main reason why they should consider you for the position. Here you are making them to, you are influencing them to take you for that company. Next slide please. This is the most important thing in the resumes. This is the most things. We have to mention the skills first. We have to mention the skills, what requires for the company, what requires for the job role. We usually what we see, మనం చూస్తుంటాం. స్కిల్స్ అంటే ఏం రాస్తారు కొంతమంది? డ్రాయింగ్ స్కిల్స్, డాన్సింగ్, మీన్స్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ the persons who are not aware of about the resumes, why they required for your job profile. What they required is some of your Excel, Microsoft Office, that if you have, that will be improved. Means first of all, when we the main thing is, when you are applying for that some position, you should be aware of it. What the responsibility, what the responsibilities do you have for that role? What is your role? మన రోల్ అంటే ఏమి, మనము ఆ కంపెనీలో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దే ఆర్ హైరింగ్ యాజ్ అసిస్టెంట్ మేనేజర్, వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీస్ అండ్ రోల్స్, that the foremost thing, that is the main thing. When we are applying that, we will give to the resume to the employer asking for what position you are asking, you are saying sir any position is okay. Is it the right way? Can we create the good impact there? We can't. So before applying that profile, we should be do some research what the profile is. We should not go just go by blind. We have seen that bcom job vacancy something around 30-40 salary, so let's apply for it. No, you have to do the research about it. What skills we may have for that, what skills I have, what skills I need to enhance, that all we should aware of it. That's what we are saying. We what I'm used to say is, before going to they ask you what is you are going, you have to say to them, sir this job is this responsibility, what as per my knowledge this is the responsibilities, right? This and all important. Means yeah, exactly, some of the mentioned is computer skills, communication skills. And one more thing, the main thing in this is, when we are writing our resume, we should use effective words, modern English words, not the common words. For example, here in this PPT if you see also, use strength and this is the word is there, accomplishment, that word is something modern, that kind of words we need to use. We should not use the normal words. Why? Because if we use the modern English words, there we can get some of the different that will hit different to the employer. Okay, so next thing please ma'am. Education, this is you are going to keep in your profile, what the educations you have completed, what is your certificates do you have, how many percentage you have done, like that. If you have not completed your degree, you are just presuming your degree, here what will you mention? You will mention as a semester wise, the list diploma degrees and certificates and the school name, city and state. If you don't graduate college, list total semester completed. We have to mention it clearly. First example, 10th class, which year, how much percentage, which school you have studied. Like that, we have to keep our education crystal clearly. We have to showcase our education. Next, please. Structure. Be consistent in a structure to make it easy for the reader to skim through your resume quickly without confusion. So this is the main, we should not make it our resume difficult for the employee to understand. Means he should not ask us what is this mean, what is this mean, what is this mean. He should not ask us, the employee should not ask us. It should be effectively easy to understand for the employer. The structure in the sense, we should not use the something like Kazi fonts, something like unprofessional fonts. We should not use, we should use the fonts which is very easy to understand, which is very easy to visible. Here we have the tips. The font what we have to adjust for our resume is 10 to 12. Bold for names and positions, means the highlight things, what you want to make the highlight things. For that, instead of making the other font and all, you just need to make it little bold. Yes, and all. And a paper color, everyone will do this only. This is no need to explain. The white only. Here you don't try to, sir, I will try to impress my employer by giving the yellow paper resume, blue paper resume. If you do like that, it won't be, means you will get the recognition by doing the others, but it won't be professional. It won't be spacing. Means the adjusting the font, the adjusting the paragraphs is also very important. The resume how good it will look, the that much that kind of impression we can create in our employer. Yes, so next slide please. Content and structure, this is the structure what I have said. Use short bulleted statements. Mean the statement should be not lengthy. Here we are not making the conversation with our friend. We are making the conversation with the employer. So it should be short and effective. The simple like sprite ad, sutti lekunda. We have to keep the simple straight. Use numbers or percentages. Means when we are keeping something for our marks and all, it should be like in a percentage, too easy to understand. Okay, for example, degree I have completed with the 78%, 10th I have completed with the 90%, like that. Avoid personal pronouns like I or me. Means we should not keep mentioning it in our resume. I have completed, I have done, I have completed, I have successfully achieved. Instead of doing that, we have to keep it as a start your statement with the action verbs. What are these action verbs means? Anyone? Action verbs is nothing but what I said before. Action verbs is nothing but the modern English. Means if we are done something, if we have successfully complete the work, what we said, accomplished. Like that, we have to use the modern English words to create the good impact. So next slide, please. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of the chronological resume. What are the advantages? It's easy to follow. It's easy to understand your resume, what it is. Okay. Second thing is work history shows progression. Means the we are keeping completely. I have worked in this company as a supervisor, assistant manager. I have promoted as assistant manager. I have promoted as a manager. Here you are completely showing your progression in your sessions and your objectives. Objective means the previous profiles. What your work you have done. What was your roles, that and all you can show it. The disadvantages doesn't hide flaws in the work history. This is the main thing. When we prepare this resume, in this it is impossible to hide our flaws. Example, you have worked for the company 1 year, later on you didn't work for the 1 year, again you have worked for the company. Here we can't hide that 1 year. The employer will easily get to know that 1 year he didn't work, he took the off, he lost the job, something like that. Or you have the shortest, means you are not flexible in the work. You are just working for the 3 months, the company is not meeting with your expectations, so you are leaving the company. Here also this is the disadvantage. Here we can't show that to the, what is it, means the disadvantage we here we are showing. For example, in this resume, that is the disadvantage is we can't hide our flaws. For example, 1 year వర్క్ చేసాము, 1 year వర్క్ చేయలేదు, అది మనం హైడ్ చేయడానికి కాదు. బికాస్ హియర్ వీఆర్ కీపింగ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్లీ. మనం ఏ నుంచి ఏం వర్క్ చేసాము, ఏ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ లో వర్క్ చేసాము, ఎంత పర్సెంటేజ్ గెయిన్ చేసాము, దట్ అండ్ ఆల్ we do. Okay, so it is not possible here. Doesn't allow flexibility to change object, something different from your experience. Okay, next slide please. uh, Please let me know in the chat box if I am too fast. I'll be slow. Do I need to slow up, or I can go with the flow? Yes, this is the functional. What is the functional? Here if you just go through this PPT only, you will understand. Use a career profile objective. How we have used in the last thing, here we are using it as a career profile. What we have, that and all. Focus on job seekers knowledge, skills and abilities. Just here we are keeping the what uh seekers means the what the skills and abilities we have, for the company that you have worked for your last job. Company names, what you have, for example, company name XYZ, job position is manager, what was your responsibility, number of experience what you have, you will mention functional in this. Next please ma, this is the functional resume. In this advantages and disadvantages, in this resume we can't show it specifically our dates and positions in this resume. The resume, this resume is very simple resume, most of them will follow that previous resume what I have shown you, chronological resume. This is the functional resume. This resume is most of them won't follow because that resume is very easy to understand. Okay, so skills and experience from not so recent jobs can be emphasized. You can't make special, you can't make it highlight of your recent jobs, that and all. But in this the flaws we can hide it, the flaws what we have missed the work profile in that, right? Here we are not making clearly one table for it, work experience here we are not making, here we are just mentioning just by like that. So here we can just hide our flaws somewhat. Okay, this is, you can just go through the PPT. And disadvantages, employer are sometimes suspicious of the format because it's discusses the negative information in the, means it won't be clear, crystal clear, it won't be, functional resumes won't be the crystal clear, it's like a basics resume. So even the employer will think it may have the some of negative, I mean negative information. And the what you have the keep the skills in the previous in your functional, that they will think is now you are doing that. Options dates of dates may confuse employers. As I said the flaws in the last what I have said in the flaws, that will also here we will, the employer will get to know. So that is also one of flaws. Next slide please ma'am. So this is the tips, easy tips what I said before also. Emailing and scanning tips, emailing and scanning tips means how we have to with which font we have to create our mail. This is the common and easy to understand fonts. These fonts will be very easy to understand to the employer, to the anyone. So like this we have to create our resume. The font size 10 to 12 it is enough. I will write my name bigger, I will write my profile bigger, or I'll just make something is bigger. No need to change the font. You just need to make it like bold, as I said, bold. Avoid a lot of bold italic tables, means as I said, only important things you should bold, not everything you should bold. If you bold the total of your resume, I can't find what is the important in it, right? So you just need to bold what is important, what is the effective, that you need to bold. Remaining all you just can keep commonly. Use keyword for the industry job. Yes, keyword for the industry job is, as I said, uh, what I can say for this keywords in the sense, means mentioning clearly for what position we are going for. Don't use header and footer. If you see in the document there is one option, header and footer. In that header it like something you are keeping it, what I can say for that, యూజువల్లీ మనం నోట్స్ రాస్తున్నప్పుడు పైన హెడ్డింగ్స్, ఎస్ హెడ్డింగ్స్ అంటారు కదా, అలా హెడ్డింగ్స్, అలా హెడ్డింగ్స్ ఫుటర్స్ పెట్టకూడదు. ఆ పేపర్లో డాక్యుమెంట్ మనం ఎడిట్ చేసేటప్పుడు అదొక ఆప్షన్ వస్తుంది ఎంఎస్ వర్డ్ లో, అది మనం చేయకూడదు. సెండ్ ఏ డాక్యుమెంట్ నాట్ ఏ పీడిఎఫ్. మనం ఏదైనా పంపించేటప్పుడు రెజ్యూమ్ ఒక డాక్యుమెంట్ లాగానే పంపించాలి. వి షుడ్ నాట్ సెండ్ యాజ్ ఏ పీడిఎఫ్, ఇట్ షుడ్ బి కంప్లీట్లీ యాజ్ యువర్ డాక్యుమెంట్. Okay, the next tip, please, ma'am. The next slide, please. Now coming to the cover letter. This is the resume is over. I hope most of you have understand what the resume is, what kind of resume we need to prepare. Now coming to the cover letter. What is this cover letter? Usually what is meant by cover? Something above the material, something above the product. It's called cover. So here what is our cover letter? It should be, why a cover letter? It's accompanies a resume to tells the employee why she is receiving your resume. Here, what we are doing in a cover letter, we are giving them the cover letter. In resume, we are not requesting. In resume, we don't keep for which position we are asking them to hire us. In cover page, we will mention it. రెజ్యూమ్ లో మీరు జస్ట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మాత్రమే పెడతారు. అక్కడ మీరు ఏ పొజిషన్ కోసం అప్లై చేస్తున్నారు పెట్టరు. కవర్ లెటర్ లో మాత్రమే ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని మీరు మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు. మీరు ఏ పొజిషన్ కి అయితే అప్లై చేస్తున్నారో ఇది దీంట్లో మాత్రమే మీరు ఇది చేస్తారు, అప్లై చేస్తారు. ఓకేనా? ద కవర్ లెటర్. All of you are understanding, ma'am? All of you understanding, dear students? If I'm too fast, if I'm too slow, please let me know. Or if my pronunciation is not understanding, you want me to continue in a Telugu, please let me know. I'll do it for you. Okay, thank you. So this is the cover letter. As I said, the first thing is, what is the cover letter means? Used to convince the employer why you are the best candidate. In this cover letter, we are keeping this. Why you are the best candidate for that position, that you understand in the position for which you are applying. What I said before, మనం అప్లై చేసే ముందు ఏదైనా పొజిషన్ కి ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మనకు ఒక 100% కాకపోయినా అట్లీస్ట్ ఒక 40% నాలెడ్జ్ ఉండాలి దాని గురించి. మనం ఏ పొజిషన్ కి అప్లై చేస్తున్నాము, ఈ పొజిషన్ లో ఏమేమి. nowadays what I can say is everything is easy. You just think now only, by sitting at your home, by sitting at my place, we are doing this session. So nowadays everything is easy. So we have to browse, we have to search what is mean by this position, what are the responsibilities we may have. We should be aware of everything when we are going to apply for the position. ఆ పొజిషన్ లో మనము కస్టమర్స్ ని హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలా, ఎలాంటి కస్టమర్స్ ఉంటారు, ఆ కస్టమర్స్ నీడ్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది, మన కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, ఇవన్నీ మనము ఫస్ట్ నుంచే 40% ప్రిపేర్ అయిపోతే వర్క్ ప్లేస్ మనకు ఇంకో 60% నేర్పిస్తుంది. మనము స్టార్టింగ్ లో మనం అంత ఎఫెక్టివ్ గా లేదంటే కంపెనీ విల్ నాట్ రికగ్నైజ్ అస్ యాజ్ అ బెస్ట్ క్యాండిడేట్. మన దగ్గర 100% స్కిల్స్ అన్నీ ఉంటేనే కంపెనీ మమ్మల్ని రిక్రూట్ చూసుకోవడానికి చేస్తుంది. అవునా కదా? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, యూ హ్యావ్ ద ఫ్యాబులస్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ but you don't have a proper dressing sense. You have a proper dressing sense but you don't have education. You have both but you don't have the others knowledge means outside worldwide knowledge you don't have. That's all important when we are going for the company. This is the most hunt, the most educated hunt is job hunt. If we are having the 10 positions, the applications what we may receive, what company will receive is 100 of applications. In that 100 of applications, they will select some of like 60 applications. In that 60, 40 will come to the interviews, 10 will select, 30 will go back to your places. If we have to be in the 10 positions, these skills, what the skills is required is a very important. We have to మీన్స్ అక్కడ వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత మనం ఎంప్లాయీ దగ్గర కూర్చున్న తర్వాత, లేదంటే మన రెజ్యూమ్ లో కానీ మనం దాని గురించి బ్రీఫ్ గా లేదంటే, వాట్ హీ విల్ థింక్ దట్ ఫర్ యూజింగ్ ద ఫర్ 1 month ద కంపెనీ విల్ పే టు లర్న్ ద వర్క్. 1 year మీకు సాలరీస్ కంపెనీ ఈజీగా మీరు వర్క్ నేర్చుకోవడానికి పే చేస్తాయి. నెక్స్ట్ థింగ్ నుంచి వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు గివ్ అ ఇన్పుట్. సో కంపెనీకి ఇక్కడ తెలిసింది అనుకోండి, ఈ అబ్బాయికి 1 మంత్ సరిపోదు, దిస్ క్యాండిడేట్ ఈస్ నాట్ డిజర్వ్ ఫర్ 1 మంత్, హీ మే నీడ్ 2 months. సో వై వీ నీడ్ టు వేస్ట్ అవర్ 2 months salary, సో లెట్స్ హైర్ సమ్ వన్ అదర్స్. మీన్స్ మనకు దాని గురించి అవేర్నెస్ లేదు, వేరే పర్సన్ కి అవేర్నెస్ ఉంది. సో ఆ పర్సన్ కి అవేర్నెస్ ఉంది కదా, ఆ పర్సన్ ని హైర్ చేద్దామంటారు. సో మనము ఏదైనా సరే, నాట్ ఓన్లీ ద వర్క్, లెట్ ఇట్ బి అబౌట్ ఎనీథింగ్, వెన్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ అబౌట్ ఇట్, వీ షుడ్ బి అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్. మనకు దాని గురించి ఒక సింపుల్ ఐడియా ఉంటేనే మనం దాన్ని క్రాక్ చేయగలం. ఎస్, వై యూ షుడ్ బి కన్సిడర్ ఫర్ అన్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. మిమ్మల్ని ఇంటర్వ్యూకి ఎందుకు పిలవాలి, మీలో ఏముంది, వాట్ యు హ్యావ్ లైక్ దట్, వాట్ యు కెన్ మేక్ ఇట్ crack it, why can you crack this interview, like that you have to tell them why they should consider you for an interview. This is the cover page. Next slide please ma'am. Next slide please. This is the cover letter. By step we will learn what are the first. Your cover letter should include your contact information so that the prospective employer can get in a touch with you. Include current date. ఫస్ట్ ఏం మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం, మీ కాంటాక్ట్ డీటెయిల్స్ ని, మీ పర్సనల్ బయోని అక్కడ మనం ఫిల్ చేస్తాం. మీ మొబైల్ నెంబర్ కానీ, అడ్రస్ కానీ, మీరు ఏ డేట్కి అప్లై చేస్తున్నారు, అది సెకండ్ చేస్తాం. సెకండ్, యువర్ కవర్ లెటర్ మస్ట్ ఇంక్లూడ్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద హైరింగ్ మేనేజర్ and her title, company name and address, followed by the proper, means properly we are going to mention for what position we are hiring, what are the doing. Here we are not keeping like dear sir by ma'am, like that. Here we are keeping dear assistant manager, like that we are going to keep it. We should not keep it like dear అని కానీ, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్ అని కానీ, అలా కాకుండా ఎఫెక్టివ్ గా మనం ఇక్కడ మనది పెట్టాలి. ఓకేనా? నెక్స్ట్ మ్యామ్, నెక్స్ట్ ప్లీజ్. Next slide please ma'am. Yeah, the second, what I said here, the your cover letter here, if you see in the slide, the second part, the second we have make it highlight by giving it yellow color. Here what we are mentioning, here we are mentioning that the address of the company. Next please ma'am. Third, your cover letter should include at least 3 paragraphs. మనం మన కవర్ లెటర్ లో 3 paragraphs ని మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం. ఆ 3 paragraphs ఏమంటే, ఫస్ట్ as I said, what position you are applying for and where you found the job position. మీరు ఈ జాబ్ ని ఏ పొజిషన్ కి అప్లై చేస్తున్నారు, మీకు ఈ జాబ్ ఎలా తెలిసింది, ఫ్రెండ్ సైజ్ చేశారా, ఆన్లైన్ లో చూసారా, అది చేస్తారు. వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఆఫర్, మీ దగ్గర కంపెనీకి ఆఫర్ చేయడానికి ఏముంది, మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న స్కిల్స్ కానీ, మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న ప్రీవియస్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కానీ, మీరు కంప్లీట్ చేసిన టాస్క్ కానీ, అది చెప్తాం. హౌ యూ వాంట్ టు బి కాంటాక్ట్ అట్ ద ఎంప్లాయర్స్ టైమ్ అండ్ అవైలబిలిటీ. మీరు ఇఫ్ ద కంపెనీ వాంట్ టు కాంటాక్ట్ టు యూ, మీరు ఏ టైంలో ఉంటారు, ఎలా మిమ్మల్ని కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు, అది మనం అక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ ప్లీజ్ మ్యామ్. ద సెకండ్ paragraph, as I said, what you have offer for the paragraphs. What you have offer means, మీరు ఎలా, I will be flexible, I have a strong communication, I'm a team player, I can easily understand the situations. ఇలా మనము means what we have for the company, what are the our pro things, we will mention it. The second, next slide please ma'am. I can be reached anytime. Why? My cell phone number, thank you for, means here we are mentioning at what time they can contact you. Means మీరు ఏ టైంలో ఫ్రీగా ఉంటారు, మిమ్మల్ని మొబైల్ నెంబర్ ద్వారా కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చా, మెయిల్ ద్వారా కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చా, ఏ టైంలో మీకు కాల్ చేస్తే మీరు ఫ్రీగా ఉంటారు, మనం అక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం. ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు మనకు కాల్ చేసినప్పుడు మనం కాల్స్ మీన్స్ దీనిపైన మనం అవైలబుల్ లేక, ఆ మొబైల్ నెంబర్ పైన అవైలబుల్ లేకుండా కానీ, మనం మెయిల్ చెక్ చేయకుండా ఉండగాని అలా అలా ఎర్రర్స్ ఉండకుండా మనం ఇక్కడ క్లియర్ గా మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం. ఐ విల్ బి అవైలబుల్ విత్ దిస్ ఫోన్ నెంబర్, కైండ్లీ కాంటాక్ట్ టు దిస్ నెంబర్ at from, for example, you are in some company, their mobiles are not allowed. I'll be free from a 9 to 6. I'll be free from a 6 to evening 6 to 10. Like that you will mention, so employer can contact you on that time to get in touch with you and discuss about the what the requirements they may needed. The next slide please, ma'am. And this is the last. Here what we have do, again we have mentioned our upstairs, our contact details and all. Here also we have to complete, for example, your sincerely, your name, thank you. Here you have to, again in the downstairs, if you see in this page, we have highlighted by giving it a yellow color. There you have to thank you for giving this sincerely, your name, like that you have to mention. Okay, next slide please, ma'am. Hmm. This is what is the reference page. This is going to be the 3 pages of your resume. First page in the resume, second వచ్చిందే cover page, third వచ్చిందే reference page. Reference pages అంటే ఏముంటాయంటే mostly we carry the previous experience certificates కానీ, మీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్స్ మీరు చేసిన, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు చేసిన ఏదైనా ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కానీ, స్కూల్ టైమ్స్ లో ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కానీ, లేదంటే ఏదైనా డిఫరెంట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కానీ, ఇలాంటివి మనము తీసుకెళ్తాం. వై? బికాస్ ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ అ గుడ్ ఇంపాక్ట్. అక్కడ మనం చూపించడానికి, సార్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఐ హావ్ వర్క్, దిస్ ఈస్ మై ప్రీవియస్ company experience letter. In the experience letters what they will mention, they will write a feedback about you. Well, rasinter feedback, this employer is a very good with the communication, this employer is very good to achieve targets, like that they'll be writing. This is the reference pages. Do not include your resume reference available you upon the request. Prepare at least 3 references, usually either two professional or మీన్స్ ప్రొఫెషనల్ రెఫరెన్సెస్ ఎక్కువ మనం తీసుకెళ్ళాలి. ప్రొఫెషనల్ రెఫరెన్సెస్ అంటే ఎలా ఉంటాయి? రెఫరెన్స్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ వేరే వాళ్ళు, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వేరే కంపెనీ మేనేజర్ మిమ్మల్ని రెఫర్ చేస్తున్నట్టు ఒక మెయిల్ కానీ ఒక లెటర్ కానీ రాసిచ్చా ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటే నేను చెప్తున్నాను, రాసిచ్చారు. లేదు మీకు ప్రీవియస్ కంపెనీ నుంచి ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ సర్టిఫికేట్స్, లేదంటే వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి అప్రిసియేషన్ సర్టిఫికేట్స్, అవి మనం వాళ్ళని చూపిస్తాం. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రెఫరెన్స్ పేజ్. నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ ప్లీజ్ మా. ద థ్యాంక్ యూ లెటర్. థ్యాంక్ యూ లెటర్ అంటే ఏమి? మొత్తం అయిపోయిన తర్వాత లాస్ట్ లో వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు టెల్ అ థ్యాంక్ యూ టు ద ఎంప్లాయర్. సార్ వై దిస్ ఇస్ నీడెడ్ సార్? ఇది మనకు నీడెడా సార్? ఎస్, ఇట్స్ ఎ నీడెడ్. అందరిలాగా ఉంటే మనకు డిఫరెంట్ ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ రాదు కదా. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు క్రియేట్ అవర్ డిఫరెంట్ ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్. ఫర్ దట్ హియర్ వీఆర్ మేకింగ్ సింపుల్ వన్ థ్యాంక్ యూ లెటర్. Thank you for giving your time, your valuable time to see my profile. I would look forward to work with you. I'll be happy to work with you. Like that, we are giving some, like how we can send by the card or letter, phone call or mail. We are sending the thank you letter. Means here what we have, first thing is cover page, resume, references, thank you letter. Next please ma'am. Small things do matters. This is the I want to add one more things here. The small things what we do, what we do before going to the job, it will create a huge impact. నేను ముందే చెప్పాను, మనం ఏదైనా ప్రొఫైల్ కి చేసేటప్పుడు దాని గురించి బ్రీఫ్ గా అక్కడ వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత ట్రైనింగ్ ఇస్తారులే. ఎస్, దే విల్ గివ్ ద ట్రైనింగ్. వాళ్ళు ట్రైనింగ్ ఇవ్వడానికి మీరు క్యాపబుల్ క్యాండిడేట్ అని ఎలా ప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలి? మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న నాలెడ్జ్ ని వాళ్ళకి చెప్తేనే వాళ్ళు తెలుసుకుంటారు. ఆ నాలెడ్జ్ మీరు ఎప్పుడు చేయగలరు? మీరు ఇక్కడ స్మాల్ థింగ్స్ ఇలా రీసెర్చ్ చేయడం కానీ, మీరు డ్రెస్సింగ్ వెల్గా చేయడం కానీ, ఇంటర్వ్యూ ముందు వెళ్ళే ముందు ఎలా ఉండాలి, రెజ్యూమ్ మనది ఎలా ఉండాలి, ఇవన్నీ చేయడం వల్ల కానీ, చిన్నవి చేయడం వల్ల, బై డూయింగ్ ద స్మాల్ థింగ్స్ వీ కెన్ క్రియేట్ ద బిగ్ ఇంపాక్ట్. By just understanding our communication, by improving our communication, our dressing style, our pronunciation, our attitude, small things. The small 1% things will become a 100%. Like that, we have to be enhance ourselves. Okay, you may think this is just extra for you, but it may make the difference between being employed or unemployed. It's all about getting job done. Means this is the now the biggest hunt by everyone is job hunt. ఈ చిన్న చిన్న చేంజెస్ వల్ల మనము ఎంప్లాయ్ గాను మారుతాం, అన్ఎంప్లాయిడ్ గా ఉండిపోతాం. సో యూ బీ విత్ దట్ యాటిట్యూడ్ దట్ ఐ నీడ్ టు లర్న్ ఎవ్రీడే. నేను ఎవ్రీడే చదవాలి, నేను ఎవ్రీడే ఎన్హాన్స్ చేసుకోవాలి. యూ డోంట్ బి విత్ సంథింగ్ ఐ నో దిస్ సో ఐ కెన్ బి విత్ దిస్, ఐ టేక్ ద ఫుల్ స్టాప్ హియర్. యూ డోంట్ బి లైక్ దట్. Always you try to enhance yourself every time. Every day you will be having the lots of day for you, right? You just give 10 to 15 minutes for yourself. You work on yourself. You just, the better thing what I can say is analyzing ourselves is the best thing. మనం బెటర్ ఎప్పుడు అవుతామంటే మమ్మల్ని మనం కీప్ అనలైజింగ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటే మనం ది బెస్ట్ అవుతాం. సో ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ టు డూ దట్ ఫర్ యూ. మీరు ఎవ్రీడే ఎన్హాన్స్ అయ్యి సక్సెస్ తీసుకోవాలి అంటే ఎవ్రీడే యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ద సెల్ఫ్. మిమ్మల్ని మీరు అనలైజ్ చేస్తూ ఉండాలి. వాట్ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ ఇట్, మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, మనం ఎన్హాన్స్ అవుతున్నామా, మనం ఇంప్రూవ్ అవుతున్నామా, ఫుల్ స్టాప్ చేస్తున్నామా, మనం ఒక చోట ఉండిపోతున్నామా. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ దట్. డూయింగ్ ద స్మాల్ చేంజెస్ ఓన్లీ వీ కెన్ క్రియేట్ ద గ్రేట్ ఇంపాక్ట్. సడన్ గా మనము, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐ గివ్ యూ ద స్మాల్ థింగ్. Some of the companies are asking you for the communication. You have the excellent academics. వన్ డేలో కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేయగలరా? చేయలేం. ఇప్పుడు నుంచి మనం ముందు నుంచి రెడీగా ఉంటే ఆ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ వచ్చి రావడానికి గ్రాప్ చేయడానికి కరెక్ట్ గా ఉంటాం. ఆపర్చునిటీ వచ్చిన తర్వాత నేను చేస్తాను, నేను నేర్చుకుంటానంటే నేర్చుకున్న వాళ్ళకి ఇస్తారు. ఫర్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అంతే కదండి. ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ షాప్ ఆర్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ బిజినెస్, పని వచ్చినోని తెచ్చి పెట్టుకుంటారా, పని రానోని తెచ్చి పెట్టుకుంటారా? పని వచ్చినోని తెచ్చి పెట్టుకుంటాం. సేమ్ ఇన్ ద కంపెనీస్, వాట్ దే వాంట్ some employee to work for them. So they will hire who is capable of doing things, who is already aware of it. If you are already aware of 40%, they will teach you 60%. You will do the profile to the 100%. You are zero. If they teach you the 60%, it will take the time for you to understand. So why they should consider you? They'll go for the other options. The company will not wait for anything. The company will just keep going on. They always should be on the everyone. Even we think we should be top, the company will think they should be top. For them, who will make it top? Who are the capables? So who are the capable here? Who already have the knowledge? So whom they will consider? The person who have the knowledge. This is the simple thing. Okay, next slide please, ma'am. Yes, sorry for the interrupt, because of my some of internet issues. I just got disconnected. Yes, the next slide please, ma'am, if we have. No, that's all. Yes. So the main thing is, the full worldwide hunt is job hunt. For that, if you want to achieve something, we should be that much of capable. By doing this, all the things, what I have take the session is about the resume, how we can do the tips, how we can make it effective resume, how we can make it the first impression. Usually our first impression in a job is our resume only. So if we know it well, then only we can do it. If we don't know it, my simple suggestion is, one of your friend is completed the doctor, so he's from some mbbs, you are going for the mechanical. If you take his resume, if you try to do the modifications, how much effective your resume will be? It won't be effective that much. So we should be aware of it, what the resume is. Even this is important. మనము ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ప్రొఫైల్, కెరియర్ ప్రొఫైల్ ఏదో నెట్ లో నుంచి చూసామా పెట్టేసామా అని కాకూడదు. సమ్ ఎంప్లాయర్స్ విల్ ఆస్క్ దట్ ఆల్సో, కెన్ యూ ప్లీజ్ టెల్ అబౌట్ యువర్ objective career profile, can you please tell, like that they'll ask. On that time, if you say sir means they will clearly say he is not prepared, this resume is not prepared by himself, he just took from something source. So this, the small things, as I said, by doing the small things only we can create the big impact. So I hope everyone understand well in these sessions. If anyone have any concerns of any questions, please ask me in the chat box. I'm seeing the chat box here. మీకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా, లేదంటే మీకు ఏదైనా అర్థం కాకపోయినా, kindly feel free to ask me. We will close the sessions in a 5 minutes. Anyone have any doubts, or anyone have any add-ons? No doubt. Okay. I hope everyone understood well. Everyone, the content reached everyone effectively. I hope everyone will do it better in your life. Okay. So can we close this session now? Thank you. Have a great day.